Hope everyone's having a great day. Today we have a 2013 3500 Duramax, and we're having an issue with the rear knock sensor. And you may be saying, well, what are we doing at the front? Well, we're gonna be doing both. This guy, this is a big giant work truck, and he doesn't want his truck down. And from my experience, when one starts to act up, the other one's gonna follow soon behind. So he wants to get ahead of the curb. So we're gonna go ahead and knock both these out real quick and do a reductant fluid, not a reductant fluid quality test, but a, yeah, it's a reductant fluid quality test. And we'll see what happens. So let's go ahead and get this going. There's a brand new GM Bosch part. So let's get this sucker going. So I got a lot of work to do today. So this is the front driver's side. You can see this is actually the NOx module right here. And then the wire runs up and over, and there's the rear knock sensor. Let me get the light on so you can see. So the first thing that I'd recommend when you're doing this, these knock sensors are actually different from sensor 1 and sensor 2 because they're R2. So we're gonna go over here, see this red tab, we're gonna pull this back, just like that. And then we're gonna pop this off. I know I'm doing it kind of backwards just so you can see. You just lift this tab, or you can push down and pop it out. But there are two different sensors, so you wanna make sure they are the correct one. So you see we have that one, it plugs into our new one, so we're good to go. So I usually like to work backwards because I'm very lazy. So we're gonna take these two nuts off that hold this module, and they're both 10mm nuts. There's one kind of blocking the view. And don't drop them because you'll probably never get them back. There's one here. Sorry, I need to move. There's one here if you can kind of see. And there's one up top right here where my hand is. I know it's a little difficult to see. There's not many good places to put this camera. Okay, there's that one. I almost lost that nut. So there's our nut. I'm gonna leave them in there. So now we have the NOx module disconnected. Next, we're gonna undo these clips. These clips are pretty nice. Usually they just pop like that. And I'll show you right here closer. You can see this one's already popped. Let me plug it back in, or put it back. So you see this tab, you just pop it down, just like that. Then when you go to put them back together, you just push them in and they're good to go. Now the next step, this knock sensor in the front is usually very, very tight. So we're gonna use this special oxygen sensor socket because these are essentially oxygen sensors. There's a couple different ways we can do this. I'm gonna try this way first. I might need to get my big ratchet, but we'll try with my medium-sized ratchet. So there's that. And we don't have to worry about damaging this one because it's getting a brand new one. Okay, that wasn't too bad. And this thing is still hot because I ran it to test these. Because like I said, this is a work truck and he would like it back today. So trying to hurry up and make sure this thing gets done correctly and in a timely manner. I'm gonna move the camera back because it's a little bit in my way. So you can see, you kind of see. Kind of is better than not seeing, right? So we're gonna go upside down. Well, I don't melt my camera. Okay. Thing's a little tight, tighter than normal. I'm wrapping the wire around. Oh no, I damaged it. Well, luckily, it's going right in the trash. And this one was still kind of working, but the truck only has about a little over 100,000 miles on it. But she does get put to work. Okay, spin the nut off, pull her out. There's our knock sensor. And like I've showed before, these knock sensors, what's really nice, see these nuts, they spin on there. It's not like an O2 where you have to spin it with the wires. So let me go ahead and get this junk one out of my way. Pop this new one in. And the nice thing is it's already got some type of lubrication on there, so we don't have to worry about that. It's gonna go ahead and put it in. And it threads in by hand, which is really nice. I'm gonna be careful with this one. We don't want to damage it. I'm actually going to switch tools to tighten it because I don't want to destroy this. But in the time being, let me grab that tool. So this is a socket I'm going to use to install it. The difference being this one that I use kind of crushes the wiring, and I don't want to damage our brand new sensor. So let me get my tools ready. And then we'll tighten it up and wire it in, and then we're going to move on to the second one. Okay, that's tight. We say in German it's guten tight. So now we're gonna run this Knox module and try to straighten the wires out. It's got to go over this harness, then it goes back and loops around like this. So there's that. Put our two nuts on. Now we're gonna get our 10 and tighten these up. Let's see. Okay. So those two. Now we're gonna plug it back in. Nothing special about this. Just plug it back in, heard it pop, put the lock on. There we go, there's that. Now we're gonna plug this back in. Or clip that back in, I should say. Clip this one in, make it look nice and make it look like a good job. Okay, there's that one. Front one's done. Okay, now let's start on the rear. So this is the Knox number 2 module. It's right behind the end of the passenger side of the cab. This is a cabin chassis. So let's go ahead and pop this thing off. First, this one's gonna be a little bit tight because this truck is very heavy. It's got a 10-foot work bed on it, and I don't have nothing to really lift it on the front shop where I'm at. So I'm gonna have to get on the ground and do it, but that's okay. Let me pop this off real quick. I don't want to break it. I'm gonna set you down real quick so I don't break this. I'll set it down like that, hopefully you can see. I'm gonna go like so. Perfect. Nice little dirt shower. And we're tightening them. There's one. There's two. Okay, there's our Knox module hanging out. And again, before we install it, let's make sure it plugs in. Perfect. Plugs in, we're good to go. So let me go ahead and crawl underneath this truck like a barbarian. This truck is kind of low. Looks like I have everything we need. Okay. And there's our knock sensor right there. The one you can kind of see I already came under here and sprayed a little WD. You actually can't see nothing. That's our knock sensor, the bigger one to the left of the screen with the big wire harness. So, You might have to use your imagination. But I'm gonna try to film this. I'm gonna see if that will stay there. The camera's teetering on the drive shaft. Kind of funny. So let's get our 22. This is a little snug. Okay. And let's get our ratchet. Hopefully this one's not as tight. Came out like buttered toast. Okay. So what we can do, it's kind of being a little tight. Feels like there's dirt in it. So what we're gonna do is take the socket and use it like a little ratchet, or a little wrench, I should say. So it gets all the dirt out of it. There we go, there's our notch number 2. Now my problem is getting this wiring unhooked because I can't see up there. I want it to be done correctly. So I'm gonna have you take a peek because this is a cabin chassis. This one's a little bit different. I don't know if you can see up there, I don't know what you can see, but I'm gonna fight with that, whatever you saw. I'm gonna do it by feel. And you probably didn't see anything. I can't get through the side of the frame because there's a block. Get up and over. Let's see. Yeah, there's something up there. That's not it. That one right there. I'm gonna move the camera and I'm gonna address that real quick and then we'll get back at it. So I was able to get that clip off. Unfortunately, it was all by feel, so I couldn't show anything and I can't even see what I'm doing. So what I will do is I'll show you. I'm gonna try to stick the camera up there and hook it back in. They show you that, but if you have a pickup truck, you know, not a cabin chassis, it shouldn't be like this. What I remember, it's pretty much just like the front one, just in the back. It's a lot easier to do. This thing's just a pain in the butt because, again, cabin chassis and the bed that it has on it. And, you know, you're just fighting the connector. But it wasn't that bad. Okay, you want these nice and tight because you don't want them coming loose. So there's that. Okay, now, the next thing I should do is attempt to get this thing plugged back in. And I can't even reach up there now. So I don't remember how I did this.
You already got the parts for this?
Yeah. Wow. I think. Okay. Hopefully you can see. That's the lock right there. This is the wiring. And I think it's supposed to go under that. So what I'll do, that's still in its place. I'll put this like so. And then clip that down. I think that feels good. I'll look at it with my mirror, but this wiring I need to fix. Because I didn't put this module. It needs to go underneath that. Like so. And run that back on the frame, and then we have this I gotta plug in, and I have to bring that out this way. It's a mess. You can see I got the clip in there, clip in there. Well, I always want to clip this thing back in. Okay, next we have the Knox module right here. I'm gonna have to lay you on the ground again, like me. We're gonna lay next to each other. So now, we'll put this little 10 in, and then drop it right in, almost on my camera. There's one, and too. Put it in my tray to keep it organized. Drop it again. Drop it again. These aren't really threaded holes. They're more of just holes in the frame that are threaded with these bolts, if that makes any sense. So, I'm gonna try to tighten this equally-ish so you don't crush it. Because sometimes it can get bound and you tighten it, it'll snap an ear off. It's never happened to me, but it looks like it's a possibility. Okay. Where is this? Make sure that's on. Let's put the lock on. So what I usually do if they're a little tight, little WD. There we go. It goes on like butter. Perfect. Okay. WD stands for water displacement, so works good for what it's called, what it is. So we're all done with that. I'm gonna go show you how to reset it next, and then we'll run it and see what happens. So what we're gonna do next, we just clear the codes. Hopefully I cleared the codes. I don't even remember what I just did. So we're gonna go clear codes, yes, done. Functional tests. We're gonna go output controls, and we're gonna reset the Knox 1. Important, yes, it's been reset because it's been replaced. And then we're gonna do number 2. The scanner's a little on the laggy side. It needs to be updated today. I have a 2018 Dodge I can't scan because my scanner is not up to date. I have everything set up, it just won't scan because the scanner is out of date now, which sucks. Chrysler holding us hostage. But that's just Chrysler. And then you can see we got that beautiful message on the screen. Speed limit is 65. And exhaust fluid quality pour. So some magical whim, I forgot to record the last ending of this. But what it ended up happening is I performed the regeneration. And then I did the RFQT, which is a reductant fluid quality test. And if you know anything about these trucks, the regen, it kind of took a little bit longer, but went through good. The RFQT, they're kind of finicky on, but RFQT went through, passed, finished within 20-30 minutes. It's perfect. Went and drove it. Knox sensors working beautifully. Everything seems to be working fine. So at this time, seems to be happy, good. I explained everything to the customer, let him know. You know, we did everything we possibly could, but it should be fine. He's going to have to drive it and retest. Thanks for watching, and please like and subscribe, and have a good day.